Hello everyone, so we are going to represent our QFD report for improvising Tim Hortons coffee cup. So basically the main purpose of this report is to improvise Tim Hortons coffee cup by using quality function development method, that is QFD. As coffee is the basic need of every individual, it is important as an engineering team to focus on the product in which the coffee is being served. Moreover, we also collected data based on the customer basic requirements at their coffee cups which is demonstrated in the report, and a detailed plan for improvising our cup. Let's look into the QFD table. So the full form of QFD is Quality Function Development Method, which was developed in Japan in early 1960s to improvise a manufacturing unit's plan to go to manufacture products in a more sustainable way, and to improvise the cost and other factors, and also do a competitors analysis of the competitors available in the market for our product. So as we can see, the vertical column represents the customer requirements. The horizontal column represents the engineering solutions for it. And basically in QFD table, there are two components there, which are called correlations and interrelationships. So the interrelationships is the relationships between the customer requirement and the engineering solutions. So there should be similarity that one engineering solution can be if one engineering solution is applied, two of the customer basic requirements are achieved. So in the same way, there are correlations between the engineering solutions that two engineering solutions has an answer to one customer requirement. And on the very right hand side, there is an analysis based on the customer requirements with our competitors, like what are the customer needs are, uh, and how the companies are fulfilling it with in the market. And the last part is the topmost bottom part is the technical rating for the customer requirements based on the analysis it is shown in the table. Let's talk about the customer requirement first. So one of our member on the engineering team, Karan Patel, he played a role of a customer and did quite a few surveys and gathered information on customer requirements, like what are the basic requirements of customers for their coffee every morning. Let's look into those. So there is a list of customer requirements mentioned based on their priority level numbered from 1 to 10. So first is chemical free, heat resistance, hardness, good handling, more insulation, reusable cups, lesser price, and appealing appearance. Those are the most basic requirements of customer to purchase their coffee. So let's talk about the first requirement, that is chemical free. As we all know, while manufacturing of coffee cups, there are some solutions used to stick the paper together to form a shape of a cup. So when the hot coffee is poured into the cup, because of the heat and mixes with the solution, and because of higher temperature, there might be a chemical reaction occurring in between the solution and the hot water, I mean hot coffee, which is harmful for anyone's body. So first requirement was the coffee cups which are manufactured, they should be chemical free. Second was heat resistance, and the hardness are interrelated. I mean, like if we see to that point, nobody wants their hand to be burned because of hot coffee. If you hold a cup, and if it's not hard enough, or it is not the paper is not that heat resistant, then the shape of the cup might get changed, and there are chances to spill the coffee on their hands and getting a burn. So those two, along with that, good handling is another issue. But as we see, there is not much importance given to the good handling because nowadays there are sleeves or rubber grips to hold their coffee. So good handling is not given that much importance. But the most importance is given to insulation. So, as a sustainable point of view, there people do prefer reusable cups or thermal cups. So, in order to achieve that goal, um, if we are using thermal cups, there should be some sort of insulation that keeps the coffee warm. If there is if a customer is using one-time use cups, then nobody drinks their coffee like within 5 minutes or like 10 minutes after they purchase that. So people do want their one-time use cups to be manufactured in such a way that it could hold the coffee hot for at least half an hour to 40 minutes. And reusable cup is given the most important because as a point of sustainable point of view. Reusable nowadays, all our customers are preferring reusable cups because there is lots of environmental problems going on. So if we focus on manufacturing and designing more reusable cups at a lesser price, it will be more beneficial to the company. Along with that, the last part is appealing appearance. With the appealing appearance, the thing is, nowadays people look for appearance more, the branding. People care about the product later, but instead they look at the appearance first. They will go to the restaurant which has good appearance, though it's higher priced or overpriced. They will go with the appearance first and later with the product. So let's go with move forward with engineering solutions. Um, Engineering solutions. So basically, our other member, Earth Patel, he did a detailed study on the engineering solutions providing to for the customer needs. So there are quite a few engineering solutions that can be done in order to improvise our Tim Hortons cup in a sustainable and a cheaper and a more good looking way. So, excuse me. Let's go on to let's go on to the engineering solutions. As we see in the table, the horizontal column represents all our engineering solutions. So basically, if we see the first thing is BPA free. So that's our solution for a chemical free coffee cup. The next one is multi-layered cup that if the cup is multi-layered, then it results as a problem for heat resistance and hardness. Use of recyclable ink, that's a solution to our reusable cups need. Cost per cup, it's a manufacturing need which is related with the lesser price as a customer requirement. Uh, Redesigning of the cup holder, good paper quality, recyclable plastic, double walled paper, styrofoam, less manufacturing time, cup brand. I will go into detail with all of these engineering solutions. I'll go with the multi-layered cups now. If our cup is multi-layered, then uh, there is so we can eliminate the we can eliminate heat up to some point. And if our cup is also multi-layered, then it also solves the problem for hardness. The use of recyclable ink. As we all know, there are a lot of inks available in the market which contains a lot of metals. So, in order to provide a recyclable inks, there are few inks available in the market which are which uh, which can be used in order to eliminate uh, metals when we recycle our cups, the one-time use cups. Redesigning of the cup holder. So that is basically compared with thermal cups and more reusable cups. So that is also interrelated with the appealing appearance of the cup because with the thermal cups, if we provide a handle like a different shape of the cup or something like that, it looks better, and it also solves our problem for spilling the coffee or heat resistance, or we don't have to worry about those things. Good paper quality. That has a disadvantage on our manufacturing process. If we ordered good paper quality, like the paper quality which we have right now, and higher than that, it's obviously gonna cost us more. But along with that, it increases our manufacturing cost. But it also solves our problem at the same time. It also solves our problem for heat resistance and hardness. So and it is correlated with the multi-layered cups. Recyclable plastic is also it also interlinked with using of recyclable inks. If you use the one-time cups, and you use good paper quality, it's good for a sustainable point of view. But if we are using good paper quality and a recyclable plastic lids on it, and we are not using the non-metallic inks available in the market, then it causes us a problem. So moving forward with the double walled paper, so there is also solution for the cost increase because of the good quality paper or the multi-layered cups. There should be a double walled paper. So we are manufacturing the same cup, but with a double walled paper we are using less paper, which is of good quality, and we don't have to do a multi-layered cup. Only one layer fulfills our requirement of heat resistance, hardness, good handling, a little bit more insulation, and along with that lesser price. Styrofoam. So you guys might be wondering, what is styrofoam? So basically, in early times, whenever they used to produce a thermal cup, they used to use a regular foam. So how styrofoam works is it's basically a liquid which comes in when it comes in contact with the air, it makes a thick layer it makes a thick wall for and provide insulation to whatever product it is used with. So in our reusable cups, and also styrofoam is also efficient, lesser time consuming, so that will reduce our manufacturing time. And with reducing manufacturing time, if we focus on getting good paper, which increases our cost, but at the same time styrofoam decreases our manufacturing time, then all those money can be allocated and a lesser price is still achievable. Lesser manufacturing time, I would go with lesser manufacturing time. It always going to affect our product. And based on our analysis, the cost per cup is usually should be less, because coffee's, as I said earlier, coffee is the basic requirement of every individual, and every individual himself, working, self-employed, or a student, has their own monthly budget. So if they're spending, for example, let's say $5 per day, and they're drinking 3 coffees, that's $15 a day. That's that's way more expensive when we see it a long term. But at the same time, if as for now we are providing our coffee for $2 or $1.80, then it's still um, affordable to like most of the individuals. And the last part is cup branding. Cup branding, as it is completely related with the appealing appearance, as we talked about. So, as we know, there must be an increase in the cost because of our changes. There must be a decrease in the cost as well. But if we do our branding in an appropriate way and execute our branding in the same way as planned, we can increase our sales, which ends up getting more profit to the company. So cup branding is the most important part with our Team Martins cup. Right on. So next we are looking to interrelations between customer requirements and engineering solutions. So basically how this works is the interrelations are being numbered between 5, 3, and 1 based on how much they interrelate. Let's talk about in detail about this stuff. right? Now, as we see, the chemical-free requirement and the BPA-free are interrelated with a number of facts. So that has a completely strong relationship between those two. And the hardness is indicated as moderate because hardness of the cup will also depend upon the BPA-free, because BPA-free bond, it's basically BPA is a bisphenol A term, a chemical bond used as a solution to stick the clubs. So BPA is itself a harder chemical bond, so it might affect the hardness of our coffee cup as well. So it is shown the number as 3. Multi-layered cups are interrelated with heat resistance and more insulation. More to the insulation part, because if the cup is multi-layered, there will be more insulation in the cup and it will hold the coffee for a longer time. Heat resistance, is intermediate, because to make our cups completely heat resistant it's next to impossible, because if we are using recyclable cups, then there will be some amount of heat on the outer layers of the cup. If you want to make it completely negligible, then we have to use plastic. But along with that, down the road, it is not good for environment using the one-time use plastic cups instead of using more cups. Next, let's look into use of recyclable ink, which is it is least important with the chemical-free use, because the ink which is used for printing is printed on the outside of the cup. There is nothing inside, so there's not much relationship. But as we look to the lesser price and appealing appearance, this recyclable ink, there was a term for the recyclable ink, so that gives us a good, like a brighter colors printed on our cup, and also it is lesser price, because all the recyclable with the recyclable ink, all the manufacturing units get subsidies if they're doing they get subsidies from the government if they're using the to manufacture, if they're practicing something in order to make their process more sustainable. So yeah, that would be cheaper for us. Cost per cup, it is just linked with lesser price. So cost per the cup would affect the lesser price term. If we go per cup, if we're selling our coffee at $1.80, the manufacturing time, the process time, and considering all the factors, we are able to manufacture our coffee cup for 60 cents. That's pretty good, but we are still looking for lowering that cost, so the company can increase their profits later. Redesigning of the whole cup holder is related, like strongly related with good handling, and appealing appearance is moderate. I wouldn't say it affects a lot, but it has several impacts if we redesign our coffee cup. Good paper quality is again attached with heat resistance and more insulation. Recyclable plastic is again a good point as a sustainable point of view for the manufacturing unit. So it is related with more insulation, because the reusable plastic now comes with thermal walls on a styrofoam or whatever solution we use for them. Reusable cups, that if plastic is recyclable, then obviously a customer can use it for up to 5 to 8 times, and it's the same cup. And it's lesser price as well. So double walled paper is moderate with lesser price, recyclable moderate with reusable cups, but it is strongly related with more insulation. As we had talked earlier, double wall provides more insulation, hardness, and heat resistance to our cups. Looking at styrofoam, its stream is moderate with heat resistance and more insulation is strongly related with that. Lesser manufacturing time, it's obviously we are gonna go with lesser, that fulfills a requirement for lesser price. And cup branding, it has more major impact on appealing appearance and lesser price of a customer's requirements. So basically, as we talk on contributions of our engineering team, Current played an important role as being a customer, giving us customer requirements. Earth did analyzed and studied all the customer requirements and provided business engineering solutions. What my job was to do the analysis for our competitor analysis, the interrelations analysis, and the correlations. So next would be our correlations. Excuse me. Let's go with correlations. As correlations metric, it is the top triangular part of the QFD table. Let's look into it. So as we see, as we go up, so BPA free is related with the cost per cup. You see the two circles with the two blue circles. So there is a negative correlation between the multi-layered cup and the cost of the cup. As we look into the third column, the green circle, the use of recyclable ink has a positive impact on cost per cup, because recyclable ink reduces the cost as government provides subsidies for practicing those methods. So we can reduce the cost as well. So basically all of these things are compared with each other, and those analysis has been done. If we go further in the table, then we can see that the cost per cup is also positively correlated with the good paper quality, because good paper quality will increase the cost of the cup, and moreover, good paper quality has a negative impact on recyclable plastic. It doesn't mean that it has a negative impact, but good paper quality can be recycled in a better way. And we have units in entire Canada, probably over more than 30 units, which does recyclable for our Tim Hortons cup. Styrofoam is also negatively related with double walled paper, because styrofoam is completely used for thermal cups and double walled paper is used for one-time use cups. Styrofoam is also positively related with the manufacturing time. Yes, because styrofoam, while practicing the styrofoam method, it reduces our manufacturing time. You guys might be wondering why there are empty spaces. There are only few positive and negative relationships, because as per the rule of QFD, if there is no interrelationship, the column is supposed to be leave blank. So as we see the BPA free and multi-layered cups, there is no similarity with those. So the diamond for those two has been remained empty. Next, I would like to speak on our our product and our competitors. So as of now, with Tim Hortons, our biggest competitor is Starbucks, followed by Second Cup Coffee Company. As we know, as for now, Starbucks falls on the first place on the base of our analysis. Tim Hortons comes on the second place, and Second Cup Coffee comes on the third place. Let's talk further into the analysis based on the customer requirements. Let's go to that. All right. As we talk about chemical free, our product and Starbucks has more has similarity for chemical free requirement, whereas moderate with the second cup. Heat resistance, Starbucks cup is more heat resistance than our cup, but our cup is equally represented, is is equally compared to the second cup coffee. Our hardness of all the three brands is the same. Well, good handling. Starbucks has the good handling. As we see, second cup has the least handling of their cups. We are on the moderate scale. Insulation, more 1, and 3 is given to Starbucks because insulation of the Starbucks cup is moderate as compared to the other products. So all this thing was about our competitive analysis based on our competitors and our customer requirements. Further, we'll be talking on technical rating. So there is a formula for technical rating. Let's look into that. So basically, we will look for engineering solutions. We will be adding the priority number of the chemical-free requirement of the customer with the BPA-free interrelation number. So that's 8 multiplied by 5, that's 40. And if we see in the same column, it's different. Yeah. So this was basically for our technical rating. And on top of it, our engineering team is working on their toes in order to meet the same standards as Starbucks. And we are working on it in near future. We will be able to stand head to head with Starbucks in the market. Though the product of Starbucks coffee and our coffee is the same. But as I said earlier, people look into branding more and then at the product. So basically, that's where we are lagging, and our engineering team is working on it to make those things better. Thank you, everyone.